Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Today we are traveling to Moscow. So we're not traveling on an airplane. We're traveling on the internet.
Yep. So for today, wait. Oh.
Did you pack your bags? Did you pack your bags?
Not yet.
Your toothbrush? You know the traveling toothbrush?
Anyway, guys, hello, guys. Здравствуйте. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome back to our channel. For today's video, we will do another reaction from Russia, and today it's about Moscow, Russia.
We're going to Moscow now, right? Yeah.
Moscow.
We're
Yep.
flying to Moscow.
So let's start.
So first, let's watch Moscow, Russia, capital of Russia.
Hey guys, and in this video we're going to talk about Moscow. Moscow is the capital and the largest city of Russia with a population of more than 12 million people, located on the Moskva River in the west of the country. Moscow for Russians is the center of everything. In the US you have movie industry in Los Angeles, you got software development in the Silicon Valley, and finance in New York,
so
but in
nice.
Russia everything is centered around Moscow,
I want to experience
where all the
that too.
headquarters
Oh, yeah.
of major Russian corporations are located and where all money eventually goes to. Although Muscovites complain about the climate, the weather here is milder than in other parts of Russia like Siberia or the Urals. The climate here is typical for the European part of Russia, and average summer temperatures are similar to that of cities like Paris or Berlin. Moscow has the best universities in Russia. Russian teenagers come here for education. In 2009, there were more than 250 universities and colleges in Moscow, according
that's
to
a
the
lot,
2018 QS World University Rankings. Moscow State University is the highest-ranking Russian educational institution. And if you choose to study in Moscow, you'd better choose technical or IT majors because those are recognized all over the world.
You know what?
Yeah, actually, all the way back since the Soviet Union, Russian technical degrees, Russian technical expertise has been like highly thought of.
It's really nice when about IT because nowadays it's high tech.
Yeah, everything's
So
computers, right?
they
Yeah.
really need a lot of people in
That field, yeah.
in that field. So
Yeah, that's true. I think technical fields, and I mean, we don't, we don't want to go too far into it, like, but Russia have a great history when it comes to engineering.
You walk the streets of Moscow and you see all these fancy cars and you wonder, how much money are these guys making? The average salary in Moscow in 2017 is just $1,100 a month, which by Russian standards is very good salary, but the income gap is unbelievable. That explains all the Ferraris and the latest model BMWs you see on the streets. No wonder, Moscow enjoys much higher standards of living compared to the rest of Russia. In terms of billionaires, Moscow now takes the 4th place in the world, being
Because it
even
is
ahead of
city.
London. Moscow is home to all the federal authorities of the country, the government of the Russian Federation, the State Duma, the Federal Council, the Supreme Court, and the Moscow Kremlin.
So the Duma is like the parliament in Russia.
oh, that's great to know. I am slowly learning a lot of things about Russia.
Yeah, we might even move there eventually, right? Let's see.
Which is the official residence of the president. All this turned Moscow into a city of status and special vehicles with sirens and flashing lights on top. There are at least 630 cars used by top-ranking government officials that have the right to use sirens and ignore traffic rules when necessary. They're allowed to speed, drive on the wrong side of the road, or even pass ambulances or fire engines. This is unthinkable in the US and Europe, right? And it's extremely uncomfortable for ordinary citizens. In Moscow, it doesn't really matter what you do for a living. If you're not part of the system and you don't have connections, you're a second-rate citizen. Some high-ranking government officials never cross paths with ordinary citizens at all. They live in their gated communities outside of Moscow and prefer to take their vacations abroad. More and more Russians come to live in Moscow. Why? Well, because salaries here are higher and the city provides great business opportunities. Here you can find the wealthiest customers in Russia and earn a good living. There are lots of international companies and more people speak English, so you have excellent opportunities to build an international career. It is easy to meet and learn from famous Russian TV stars and speakers. Lots of them have open events, which sometimes are completely free of charge.
Oh.
The city is well taken care of. In the
Yes, you can
center,
see it
they wash
there.
the streets several times a
It's so
day.
clean.
Moscow has such a diversity of architecture, starting with Kremlin walls and the Stalin period famous Seven Sisters and the modern skyscrapers of Moscow
What's
City.
inside of that
Everything
building
is so
then?
Oh,
beautiful.
that's a good question, actually. I don't know.
In the recent years, they have renovated a lot of walking areas within the garden ring. You can ride anything from a bicycle to a scooter or go for a walk with your friends. Moscow is such a green city. It has more green areas than London and New York.
Oh.
In the very center of the city, you can escape from the noise in one of the largest parks in Moscow, Gorky Park. Remember the Scorpions?
Oh yeah, down to Gorky Park. Down to Gorky Park. Listening to the wind of change.
There's everything for everyone. You can lie on puffs and deck chairs, ride a bike, there's free Wi-Fi, a skating park, and the biggest sandpit in Moscow. Lots of fountains and hot girls too. Your social life can never get boring because there's tons of things to do and tons of choices
weather
in
there
terms
now
of
is nice,
bars
huh?
and restaurants
Yeah,
offering
summer,
every
right?
type of cuisine to suit most budgets, from Chinese noodles to Georgian khinkali to Asian shark soup. In Moscow, you can satisfy any
Oh,
gastronomic
they have
foodie.
the Asian shark
What are some of
soup?
the
Yeah, shark fin soup, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Now you're
Do you
interested.
have Asian shark fin soup there? Oh my goodness! You know what, guys? Oh, maybe I love to drink. It's not eating, but I'm really drinking that in a bowl. It maybe you can give me like a bowl of like 5. I can finish that in a minute.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really one of
So
my
if you,
favorite
when
here.
you're going to Russia, you're going to Moscow to have the Asian shark fin soup.
Oh my gosh, I like that. You know what? When we
Get it here if you want to.
I did with my friends before, and they're shocked because how come I finished all already
Yeah,
the soup in the table? Then I said I can't help myself.
but it's delicious,
I
right?
mean I can't stop it.
But if we go to Russia, we need to have the borscht. That's the red beet soup. That's what I want.
Oh,
famous sites of Moscow. In the historic core sits the Kremlin, the biggest active fortress in Europe that's home to the president, and the Tsarist
I
treasures
like
in
the
the armory.
structures and
Outside its
Yeah,
walls is
beautiful
the
architecture,
Red
right?
Square, Russia's symbolic center. It's home to Lenin's mausoleum, the State Historical Museum's comprehensive collection, and St. Basil's Cathedral, known for its colorful, onion-shaped domes.
That's cathedral.
Yeah, I guess it's St. Basil's Cathedral. It's
Aw.
I mean, I really like those kind of onion-shaped domes there, right? Mm-hmm. But also because they're so different, right? Each of them are different, and they're so well decorated, and just
Every
beautiful.
time we vlog Russia, I keep on looking into this one, and I really want to go into this one
Yeah.
inside of the what's that?
The St. Basil's Cathedral.
Yeah, the cathedral.
Me too. I want to go too.
Russia's main department store, GUM, has a stunning interior and houses a variety of high-end boutiques. Even if
Wow.
shopping is not on your
Beautiful,
to-do list, the GUM is still worth a visit. The glass-roofed arcade faces Red Square and offers a variety of classy eateries. Arbat Street. Arbat is one of Moscow's most touristy spots. Lots of cafes and restaurants, live music performers, as well as souvenir shops and tattoo salons. Tsaritsina Museum Reserve. The former summer residence of Empress Catherine the Great was commissioned in 1775.
Wow. looks nice
Tsaritsina
there.
Park has been fundamentally renovated since 1980s to look even brighter than the original. With its opulently decorated buildings, gardens, meadows, and forests, Tsaritsina Park is the
Nice.
perfect place for a green getaway in Moscow, occupying
nice
an area
to
of
chill
more than
there, huh?
247 acres.
Yeah. That's sail, yeah.
There's also the skyscraper district called Moscow City. Here you'll find offices of international companies, apartments, restaurants, and shops. For a Russian city to have such an American downtown is very unusual. Here, one-bedroom apartment will cost you $500,000.
Oops.
For the best panoramic views of the city,
What?
come to Restaurant 60, which is located
Expensive.
on the 62nd floor of the Federation Tower. This place seemed to have it all. Head-spinning views,
Nice.
great food, and vibrant atmosphere, and no entry ticket. All you have to do is
Wow.
buy a glass of beer. If you are into museums and theaters and galleries, there is no shortage of cultural and entertainment places. The quality of museums, art galleries, theaters, and concerts is also outstanding, including well-known all over the world, big and small theaters, the Tretyakov Gallery, with one of the largest collections of Russian art in the world, the Armory Chamber, the Museum of Tolerance, and so many more.
Big museum.
Despite being such a huge city, Moscow feels surprisingly safe. Foreigners should take precautions that they would in any other city. Avoid shady people and walk in alone in some dark streets late at night. Bribery and corruption are still big issues in Russia though. Unfortunately, there were many contract killings of prominent politicians and journalists over the last 10 years, starting with Anna Politkovskaya, an independent journalist. And this is the bridge on which Boris Nemtsov, one of the most influential liberal politicians of modern Russia, was gunned down, right under the walls of the Kremlin. In Moscow, everything is gigantic. Buildings, roads, everything is huge. Kutuzovsky
right?
Avenue, in the very center, has 10
Yeah, the road is
lanes.
too huge, you know.
Yeah, actually, one thing I haven't been to Moscow, but I've been to Minsk in Belarus, and one thing I noticed there was like the boulevards are like they're so wide, right? You see, like there's so many lanes, they're so huge, right? So yeah, it's really something I noticed when I was there, like that. Not in Moscow, but I went to Minsk, and they had this kind of, I think it's a Russian thing, that they had these like extremely wide boulevards, right?
Yeah, so maybe you can't, easily notice if there's a traffic because it's too wide.
Yeah,
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 that's great.
it's nice.
Complicated road connections, garden ring with a length of 15 kilometers, and the huge Moscow Circle Road.
Wow.
Despite all of this, traffic in Moscow is notoriously bad. It's normal to commute for an hour or more just to get to work in the morning. Residents of Moscow are used to many kilometers of red lights and loss of time. Every time you need to get someplace, you have to get your GPS to get the best possible route. And to leave the city on the weekend, you'll have to get up really early. In the year 2000, there were 2.6 million cars in the city.
What?
Then in 2012, already 4.5 million. And every year the number of cars grows by about 4%. Moscow has the best roads in Russia. Today, car sharing and bicycle sharing gained huge popularity. You won't be able to ride a bike all over the city.
Yeah, when it comes to the ride sharing, Yandex is like Russian Google, and they have Yandex Taxi, Yandex Taxi, which is like their Uber,
Oh, they're over. So it's like a Grab too.
kind of like Grab here in Singapore. Yeah,
But the situation is changing for the better and more areas are open for cycling. The main transport of Moscow is the subway, or the metro, as they call it here. Metro in Moscow, along with the
it's like
monorail
Denmark,
road,
they can
has
put their bike
214
yeah,
stations.
It's nice, right?
And they're putting a lot of
Wow.
effort to build new ones. How many more stations do they need, you ask?
Oh,
You know, if you look at tiny Oslo in Norway, it has 101 metro stations for a population of just 500,000. So it's clear that there's room for growth. They're planning to introduce 40 more new stations in
Wow.
different parts of the city by 2020. Daily metro ridership is more than in New York or London. Moscow is always action-packed. Everybody's in a hurry, and lots of places work 24/7. Thousands of people are rushing to work in the morning, looking at their smartphones and tablets. They're stressed, they're nervously trying to get into the crowded metro, and nobody smiles without a reason. It's a Russian tradition.
Oh,
It's
wow.
considered awkward.
Hey, of course, because
You're busy and-
sometimes in the Philippines, sometimes when we're like smiling to the people that we don't know, sometimes they say that we're crazy.
Yeah, like
So
it's right.
you're like, or like
Yeah.
of course.
I don't think it's a Russian thing. I actually think it's like I think it's a big city thing, right? If you go to New York, it's the same thing, right? If you live in New York, like you don't just go around like
Even
smiling.
here in Singapore, it's like
Yeah.
let's say it's crowded in the MRT and the train, and then like when we like go out or we're inside in the train, you can't.
You
Of
don't
course,
smile
you
just-
cannot do like
I think it's more a big city.
No.
Like if you're in the countryside, Of course, if you walk by someone, it's like, hey, hello, friend, right? But like, if you're in a place with like millions of people, you can't just go around like smiling, right? Come on.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We're in your side.
What are the cons of living in Moscow? Well, it feels like someone is always watching your back. Security gates everywhere. Every public place you go to, they always scan your bags. Housing prices. For a typical Russian with an average salary, it's going to take decades to save up for a modest apartment.
Wow.
There's a tough parking situation.
Oh, yeah.
The city is huge and some friends don't see each other for months. For many, just to get out to the city center on the weekend is an accomplishment. In 2012, the city integrated southern western territories. The so-called New Moscow was formed. The huge city is just getting bigger. Due to the large numbers of vehicles in the city, there's an alarming situation with the environment.
Maybe that's their taxi.
Oh,
the
yeah,
yellow
that's
one.
exactly, yeah.
Not all of Moscow is homogeneous. The outskirts are very different from the Garden Ring area. Outside of the Garden Ring, Moscow can hardly be distinguished from any other major city in Russia. This is what Sokolniki looks like. If you love nature, fishing and hunting, picking berries and mushrooms, pure air and water, just know that to get to the nearest decent forest is going to be at least a 150-kilometer drive. Some people spend more than 3 hours to get to the countryside.
Oh.
Running there, that's nice.
Moscow attracts the brightest, the most talented and ambitious people from all over Russia. You get used to the rhythm, you move fast, you do 10 things at once. And those who get used to this rhythm are unlikely to like it anywhere else. In general, Moscow, just like any other major city, is what you want it to be. The city adapts to you. You want to party? Sure, come get it. You want to have the cultural part of Moscow? Sure, why not? You want to build a career? Go for it.
Yeah, Moscow is just known for culture, right? Like theaters, ballet, all those kind of things. Yeah, it's like it's really so well known for like the cultural aspects of Russian culture.
Cost of real estate in Moscow is all about location. The price per square meter varies from $2,000 on the outskirts to $6,500 in the center.
Wow.
Housing in the center can cost impressive amounts of money.
Beautiful, huh?
There is a so-called golden triangle where even an old babushka's one-bedroom apartment can cost you more than $1 million. People living in the center even follow a weird dress code. You gotta have at least a black Mercedes or a BMW. If you really want to stand out, you gotta buy a Bentley or Ferrari or a Maybach and hire a driver to drive you around.
It's okay.
According to the polls,
Nice.
the greatest fear among Muscovites is the risk of running into someone who will marry them and then demand part of the apartment. The center of Moscow is very far from the realities of
Ford Mustang. That car there, right? That's a beautiful Ford Mustang. You see that one?
Is it?
Yeah, because it has the horse there, right? Yeah.
real Russia.
Oh.
Wow.
Lamborghini.
If Russia complains about the brain drain, on the national level, Moscow steals all the best professionals from the regional cities, which further reduces their competitiveness. All the famous Russian singers, businessmen, and politicians eventually end up in Moscow. For Russians, the taste of life in Moscow is special. They walk the streets, they see nice cars, and they think that maybe one day they too can achieve the same standards of living. And they fall in love with the city. Moscow simply does not have competition among other Russian cities. And what do you guys think about Moscow? Let me know in the comment section below.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want to go right now.
Oh, is that their train? It's color blue. Wow.
Yeah, metro, right? Nice. Let's go there. Yeah. Wow. That's another Ford Mustang there, right? See. This one, right? Wow. That's like a lime green Ford Mustang, baby. You see?
Wow.
You know, in this time, right, when we can't really travel, right? It's nice to go to Moscow on YouTube, right? But I really like to go there in real life as well. It seems like such a fascinating history, right? Such a fascinating city with such a fascinating history, right?
Because you know what, guys, when we go to travel, I mean, when we love walking.
Yeah.
So we walk like 1 to 3 hours.
And I want to go and watch some football in Moscow. They have the famous CSKA Moscow,
Wow.
Spartak Moscow, right? All those good. They have like maybe a handful of very good football clubs in Moscow too, right?
So thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully, guys, you like this video because we really love the videos from
Yeah.
Russia, which is it seems like we're already traveled.
Yeah.
So please don't forget to like and share and subscribe. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.